Young, and The Restless. Spoilers. Full Wednesday update, August 19. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, and honestly, the sun is shining, but the drama in Genoa City is absolutely dark and chaotic right now. I have my massive cup of coffee right here, and I am ready to just vent about everything that is happening on our favorite soap today. Let's get right into it. So let's talk about Kyle Abbott for a second. Uh, Actually, let's talk about him for a long, long second because I have so many thoughts, and most of them are just pure frustration. The spoilers for today, Wednesday, August 19, are showing us that Kyle is officially stepping into the role of the hero that he thinks his family desperately needs right now. Whether they actually agree with him or not, and let's be real, they usually don't. But Kyle has this massive ego, and he has fully convinced himself that he is the ultimate protector of Jabot. And it all ties back to Billy. Billy Abbott is just out of his mind right now, running around town claiming that he is the legal, rightful owner of Chancellor Industries. He crashed Lillian Kane's celebration a few episodes ago to drop this massive bomb that because of some ancient unpaid financial bailout from John Abbott, the Abbotts technically own Chancellor. Kane and Lily are obviously fighting back, calling him obsessed and saying his evidence is totally fabricated. But Billy is not backing down. He even went to the GCAC to celebrate with Audra, completely ignoring her warnings that his toxic obsession is going to ruin his personal life with Sally, who is pregnant, by the way. And now Billy wants Jabot to officially sue Chancellor. He wants to take this to court, drag the family name through the mud, and start a massive corporate war. Jack, understandably, is not super thrilled about this idea. Jack is just exhausted. I mean, look at what Jack has been through lately. He was kidnapped by Victor. He almost died. His wife, Diane, was ambushed and kidnapped by Dr. Lawrence Markham. And then he had to deal with Patty Williams blackmailing him for sex just to get information. The man is traumatized. He does not have the energy for a massive legal battle over Chancellor. Ashley and Tracy are also taking a much more neutral stance. Tracy is literally risking her life trying to contact Martin Laurent to find Markham, and Ashley is dealing with the trauma of Abby and Dominic being kidnapped. The Abbott family is in crisis mode, so Kyle initially was pretty skeptical about Billy's crazy lawsuit idea, but now he is starting to completely buy into it. Kyle is suddenly all in. He desperately wants to ensure that Jabot is protected from the inevitable slander and mudslinging that is going to come from this Chancellor war, because in Kyle's mind, he is the smartest member of the family. He thinks he is the only one who can see the big picture. And honestly, it just makes me want to scream. What is Kyle actually thinking? He is acting like this brilliant corporate savior, but his personal life is a complete and utter disaster. This is the same guy who just shared a highly taboo, forbidden kiss with Victoria Newman. Yes, Victoria, the mother of the girl he was just dating, Claire. He is crossing massive, disgusting boundaries behind closed doors, trauma bonding with Victoria over their mutual hatred of Victor, and then he walks into the Jabot boardroom, acting like he is the moral compass and the genius protector of the Abo legacy. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. The hypocrisy is just off the charts. Fans on social media are just tearing Kyle apart right now, and I completely agree with them. You can't play the hero at work when you are the villain in your own personal life. But that is Kyle Abbott for you. He always thinks he knows best. Okay, moving on from the Abbotts because my blood pressure honestly can't take it right now. Let's talk about the Newmans, specifically Nick Newman and this absolute nightmare of an addiction storyline because things are getting really, really bad. A few episodes ago, Nick hit what we all thought was rock bottom. He checked himself out of rehab against medical advice, which was just a terrible decision. And he did it right when Victor and Nikki were having their big romantic vow renewal ceremony. While they were celebrating their love, Nick was in a dingy motel room having a terrifying, vivid fentanyl nightmare where Matt Clark was driving him around, showing him how his addiction was destroying his family. He hallucinated Sharon passed out at the shadow room. He hallucinated Adam and Chelsea screaming at him because Connor died from finding his drug stash. It was dark. And then, instead of getting help, he wakes up and meets this mysterious neighbor, Marie Kirkland. And what does he do? He completely surrenders. He does drugs with her, he sleeps with her, and he just gives up. So now Nikki and Victor are stepping in. The spoilers for today show that Nikki and Victor are officially taking over and planning Nick's recovery. And I just have a lot of feelings about this. Nick is a grown man. He is in his 50s. He is a grandfather. But to Nikki and Victor, he is still their helpless little boy. They are treating him like a toddler who scraped his knee. Victor and Nikki have never, ever let Nick make his own choices. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here because this is classic Newman behavior. Whether it was marrying Sharon back in the day, or trying to run his own business away from Newman Enterprises, or raising his kids, Victor and Nikki always have to have their hands in it. They always think they know what is best for it. Why would they back off now? But it's just so frustrating to watch. Victor thinks he can just throw money and orders at an addiction. He thinks he can just command Nick to be sober. You will stop using drugs, my boy. Like, that is not how addiction works, Victor. And Nikki is right there with him. Nikki, who is currently putting on this brave, smiling face at parties while internally agonizing over Nick. Nikki, who has survived her own severe battles with alcoholism. She should know better than anyone that you cannot force an addict to get clean if they don't want to. Plus, Nikki is dealing with her own massive health crisis. She just had the bandages taken off her eyes. She is facing the terrifying reality that she might be permanently blind. She is vulnerable. She is scared, but she is still trying to micromanage Nick's life. And Victor is using this whole situation to play the doting husband, even though we all know he secretly tricked Nikki into signing away her Newman Enterprises shares when she was heavily medicated. Victor is a manipulator. He is controlling Nikki. And now they are both going to try and control Nick. Actually, wait, let me backtrack for a second. Maybe I'm being too harsh on them. I mean, what else are they supposed to do? Their son is literally dying in motel rooms with random enablers. He is using fentanyl and cocaine. He is completely spiraling as a parent. You can't just sit back and watch your child destroy themselves. So maybe Victor and Nikki stepping in is the only option left. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. I just change my mind sometimes when I think about how desperate the situation is. But still, their methods are always so toxic. They smother him, and Nick is a rebel. The more Victor tries to control him, the more Nick is going to push back. I can already see Nick rebelling against whatever strict, overbearing recovery plan Victor puts together. Who actually believes this is going to end well. Nobody. It's going to be a disaster. But you know what really makes me want to throw my remote at the television screen? Matt Clark. Oh my gosh. You guys, Matt Clark is on this bizarre, twisted apology tour around Genoa City, and I am so sick of it. So today, the spoilers reveal that Matt is going to try and make amends with Sharon. He is going to corner her and continuously apologize to her, and I can't. I literally cannot. Let's do a quick recap of why Matt Clark is currently roaming the streets as a free man. Phyllis Summers, in all her chaotic, self-destructive glory, decided to remove Matt's electronic ankle monitor. She freed him. Because Phyllis is currently in the crosshairs of Victor's wrath, she is facing massive legal trouble with Christine and that whole AI evidence framing situation, and she is just spiraling. She slept with Matt, she freed him, and now he is just wandering around town acting like he is a changed man. He already went to Sienna. He tried to convince her that he is different now, that he has had this grand epiphany and he wants to stay in Genoa City, which completely terrified Noah. Noah and Sienna literally packed up their lives and fled to Los Angeles just to get away from the trauma and the absolute nightmare that Matt Clark put them through. Noah had to hand over the shadow room to Danny Romalotti just to escape this guy. And now Matt is targeting Sharon. He is repeatedly apologizing to her. Let's just take a moment to remember the history here. Matt Clark is a monster. He is the person who hurt Sharon the most. Going all the way back to high school, the trauma, the sexual assault, the psychological torture. He has ruined her life over and over again. He recently held Nick hostage. He faked amnesia. He is a manipulative psychopath, and he thinks he can just walk up to Sharon at Crimson Lights or wherever and say, hey, I'm really sorry about all that. Are we cool? It makes my skin crawl. And the worst part is, Sharon is already so stressed. She is working at Crimson Lights. She is trying to counsel Noah, who is having panic attacks about Matt. She is dealing with the devastating news that Nick checked out of rehab and relapsed. She is terrified for her family. She is holding it all together by a thread. And now she has to deal with her abuser standing in front of her, demanding forgiveness. Why is Sharon even giving him the time of day? Just walk away, Sharon. Call the police. Call Victor. Call anybody. She does not want anything to do with him. She has made that perfectly clear. But Matt is obsessed with this idea that he can wipe his slate clean. He wants the admiration and the fear. He wants to be accepted by the very people he destroyed. Honestly, Matt just needs to walk away. He needs to take a massive hint and leave the Newman family alone. You know what he should do? Go to Phyllis. Seriously, go to Phyllis. She is the only person in this entire town who actually wants him around. Phyllis removed his monitor. Phyllis slept with him. Phyllis is just as paranoid and isolated and desperate as he is right now. They are a match made in toxic heaven. Phyllis is fighting Michael Baldwin. She is fighting Lauren. She is fighting Christine. She refuses to listen to any sound legal advice. She is completely alienating herself. So let her and Matt Clark just be together in their little bubble of delusion and leave Sharon alone. Because if Matt keeps pushing Sharon, Nick is going to find out, and Nick is already completely unhinged on drugs. We saw that spoiler a while back where Nick threatened to kill Matt, where he told Sharon he would make sure Matt disappeared permanently. If Nick finds out Matt is harassing Sharon with these fake apologies, Nick is going to snap. And with the drugs in his system, he might actually do something lethal. It's a ticking time bomb. So yeah, that is where we are at today. Kyle is acting like the arrogant king of Jabot, ready to sue Chancellor and back up Billy's insane obsession, all while hiding his dirty little secret with Victoria. Victor and Nikki are treating their 50-something-year-old addict son like a child who needs a timeout, completely ignoring their own massive issues. And Matt Clark is wandering around town, triggering his victims and demanding forgiveness, while Phyllis just watches from the sidelines. It is a mess. A glorious, chaotic, clunky mess of a storyline, and I am honestly here for it, even though it makes me want to pull my hair out. I love how the writers are really leaning into the history of these characters. Like Victor controlling Nick is so on brand. Matt obsessing over Sharon is terrifying but historically accurate. And Kyle being an arrogant hypocrite is just, well, that's just Kyle. What do you guys think? Am I being too hard on Kyle? Do you think Billy actually has a case against Lily and Kane? And what is going to happen when Nick finds out his parents are planning his entire life for him again? Let me know in the comments, because I need to know. I am not the only one screaming at my TV right now. I will be back tomorrow with more updates, but for now, I need to go finish this coffee and try to calm down. See you guys later.